The following is a presentation of Girard Sports Live. It's time for Girard High School Athletics on Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Prregame, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net. Also by Ag Choice of Epler, American Family Insurance, Jimmy Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Call Service, Community National Bank and Trust, D-Rail Commodity, Diskins Auto and Towing, DS Construction, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, The Jagged Edge, GN Bank, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Producers Cooperative Association, and Roto-Rooter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for Girard Sports Live.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome out to Lynn County, Kansas, Prairie View High School for tonight's matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Prairie View Buffaloes. I'm Josh Ledner. Alongside me, Jess Murphy, Daryl McLeod, and we're set to bring you what is the first week of district play here for the Girard Trojans as they come into the game 4-0, coming off a 35-0 shellacking of Frontenac last week in Frontenac. Girard currently sits at number 5 in Class 3A. But 0-0 here in the district, all that will change tonight as they take on a Prairie View squad that lost a lot of players to graduation over the summer. They're sitting at 2-2. They're ranked number 30 in Class 3A. They are 0-1 in Class 3A District 2 play. They're coming off a 45-32 loss at Burlington last Friday. We'll talk more about both of these teams as we move further into the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. But first, we do want to let you know that Girard Sports Live is presented by Prregame, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Prregame. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Prregame has to offer at ckt.net. It's a beautiful night for high school football up here in Lynn County. Got all the internet stuff that we normally wrestle with sorted out, so we should have a smooth and seamless broadcast, he said. From up here in Prairie View, it's going to be a great night for football, a good matchup. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll fire up the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show, talk about some of the matchups going on in the area, break down tonight's game, talk about starting lineups as we move closer to opening tip-off. The Trojans and the Buffalo coming up on Girard Sports Live.
Hey, Mama.
Now more than ever, Prregame is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Prregame's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Prregame. If you need to stay connected, you need Prregame.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Girard Medical Center is one of the area's best places to work. Are you a nurse? Does caring for patients on a more personal level sound appealing to you? Then you'll love our lower nurse-to-patient ratio. We also have positions open in other departments. Benefits include state employee health plan, 457 retirement plan with match, life insurance, paid time off, plus employee and family discounts on services. Best of all, your coworkers are like family. For more information, contact Greg Sullivan, Director of HR, or apply online at girardmedicalcenter.com.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Welcome back out here to Prairie View High School, getting set for kickoff of tonight's matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Prairie View Buffaloes. We do want to let you know that our post-game show is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Well, it's just one of several good games going on around the area tonight. As we take a look at some of the area matchups, brought to you by Diskins Auto and Towing, 120 East Forest Avenue in downtown Girard. Diskins offers 24-hour towing and can repair all makes and models. To learn more, contact Diskins Auto and Towing at 620-724-8100. Going on around the area tonight in this district, 1-3 Baldwin is at 2-2 Anderson County. Over in District 1, Riverton at 0-4 is at 4-0 Parsons tonight. 0-4 Labette County is at 1-3 Fort Scott. Frontenac sitting at 2-2 travels to 1-3 Columbus tonight. In a battle of 2-2 squads, Burlington is at Iola tonight. That one also in our district, so we'll keep an eye on that one. 3-1 Colgan is at 0-4 Northeast. Got an idea how that one's going to go tonight?
12-man running clock again?
Yeah. 2-2 Galena is at 3-1 Baxter. I say again, 3-1 Baxter Springs. So that'll be
the underdog of the season.
It might be a reality check tonight for Baxter Springs. We'll wait and see.
Or historic start.
Southeast at 0-4 is at 3-1 Pleasanton. Erie at 1-3 is at winless Uniontown. And 2-2 Pittsburgh is at 2-2 Paola. So those are some of your area matchups going on tonight. We'll try and keep an eye on those scores and get them to you as they come to us, but we're focused on this one here in front of us. Trojans getting ready to take on Prairie View, and this will kind of get into some of the starting lineup talk tonight, Jess, but you talked to coaches down on the field, and for the Trojans, got a couple guys in street clothes. They're going to be playing tonight without Ethan Davidson and without Ethan Brooks, so they're going to have to replace your back end, your safety valve there on the defense, and then also one of your prolific playmakers on the offense. Who are we going to see step in for them tonight, Jess?
Yeah, Coach Philpott said Jake Towner's going to come in and step in for Ethan Brooks and play a little free safety. The Damon kid's going to come in and cover cornerback. I couldn't really I assume they're going to fill Davidson's offensive spot by committee. I assume we'll see Jaden Norris run the ball quite a bit in that spot. Bo Harris in that spot. We'll get to some of that when we get to the keys of the games on my other thoughts.
Well, you talked to Coach Luttrell for Prairie View, asked them if they were healthy. He played it pretty close to the vest.
Yep, I asked, I said, Coach, are y'all healthy? He says, nope.
Well, this time of year, very few teams are completely healthy, but injuries could mean a lot more for this Prairie View squad because they were so depleted by that pesky thing we know is graduation. And they lost a good senior class last year, and a lot of young kids playing. I talked to Mark Huff, their activities director, and he said there are some kids on this team that have gone 8th grade to varsity this year. So it'll be a kind of a learning experience for a lot of these kids from Prairie View.
Yeah, and that's a big step when you start talking varsity football to a caliber of Girard. Walking along the kids out there, Girard's pretty big. It's a pretty big team. Walking along the Prairie View kids while they was warming up, they were more my size. They just didn't seem to just jump out at you. So we are hoping that, like we always talk about, get off and get on the bus. So,
well, Jess, let's not fiddle fart around here. Let's jump in cannonball style. What are your keys to tonight's game for the Trojans?
Well, you're going to have to make plays. Run the ball between the tackles. Control the clock. And watch Prairie View runs a lot of play action, so you're going to have to watch them over the top. Their eyes, linebackers, defensive back on the defensive side to make sure you're staying in your lanes and watching the football and just make the plays. And we'll get out of here on a good mood.
All right, those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Evans Motors. Get the keys to your next ride with a stop at Evans Motors. Nate and Eddie have decades of experience getting folks into their next ride. Stop by and see them at the intersections of Highway 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh, or see the full selection online at evansmotors.net. We'll step away for another quick break. When we come back, more of the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. We'll talk starting lineups as we get closer to kickoff. From here in Lynn County, home of Prairie View High School's Trojans get set to take on the Buffaloes. You're watching Girard Sports Live.
The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Welcome back out here to Prairie View High School. It is senior night here for the Buffaloes, so we're going through some senior night festivities here at the stadium before kickoff tonight. Again, if you missed us earlier, Trojans coming into game 4-0, ranked number 5 in Kansas Class 3A. Prairie View coming in 2-2, ranked number 30 in 3A. Prairie View coming off a 45-32 loss at Burlington. Their other loss came back in week 1, a 56-22 loss at Parsons. So Parsons Vikings, a team to keep an eye on this season for Girard, and one that they could end up meeting down the road in the playoffs. And this is kind of a measuring stick game. You can kind of compare how Parsons played against these guys back in week 1 to how the Trojans do tonight. Of course, injuries and experience, and there's a lot of variables at work there, but you can have some sort of apples-to-apples comparison here in the performance against these two teams. We talked a little bit about injuries earlier for the Girard Trojans. They're going to be without Ethan Davidson, one of their big weapons on defense, and a lockdown corner on defense, a big weapon on offense. And they're also going to be without Ethan Brooks, their number 4 tailback, but starting free safety on the defensive side of the ball. And they'll have to adapt a little bit to make up for those injuries. But you know the rest of the starting lineup pretty much for the Girard Trojans. They'll start Luke Nigaman at quarterback, Bo Harris at one of the wing backs. Alex Kester will start at the tailback spot. You'll see a lot of Jaden Norris tonight probably as well on the offensive side. Caleb Scales at the wide receiver. Tight end is Scott Moore. And then along the line for the Trojans, Eric Williams, Justin Ferguson, Cordero Searin, Caleb Combs, and Ryan Jarboe up front offensively for the Trojans. These are the defensive starters here, Jess?
Yes.
Is that right? Okay, defensively for Prairie View in the defensive backfield, they'll start senior Garrett Culler, junior Gabe Murillo, at defensive end, junior Peyton Doty, at linebacker, freshman Parker Schwartz, at a corner, sophomore Gage Belcher, at the other corner, sophomore Joseph Sramick, at linebacker, sophomore Stephen McGuire, and at the other defensive end spot, freshman Josh Goodwin. Along the line, they have senior Dayton Klein, sophomore Elijah Williams, senior John Burke. That's your starting defense for the Prairie View Buffaloes. Those starting lineups, get back to it here. Paperwork, guys, paperwork. I don't know. I lost it.
I know they're the Jagged Edge.
It is the Jagged Edge. I'm getting to it here. Starting lineups are brought to you by the Jagged Edge. There it is. The Trojans will start this game in style, probably way better than I started this live read. But nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carla Sands, Robin Hawkings, and Eva Vieta. Vieta will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. We're going to thank the folks at the Jagged Edge, all of our sponsors. For Girard Sports Live, you make this possible. We wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for you guys. And we certainly thank you for your support.
She would like to thank the people who love her.
Well, the senior night festivities are just about to begin to form a committee on wrapping up down here on the field. We'll move on closer towards the national anthem. I think it's a good time to take our third break of the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show as we inch closer to kickoff here at Prairie View High School. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do-it-yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Welcome back out here to Prairie View High School. The starting lineups being announced right now by the PA announcer as we get set for kickoff. From here at Prairie View High School, I do apologize for our direct proximity to the speaker from the PA announcer. We were not given a choice in that.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineups, your defensive starters for your hometown, Prairie View Buffalo. Wearing number 3 and playing defensive back, senior Garrett Fuller.
As you see the Prairie View Buffalo take the field. Is the plural Buffalo or Buffaloes? I'm going to struggle with this all night.
According to what I'm reading on the end zone, it's Buffaloes.
Just a little zoom in on what he's talking about right here.
I just don't want the grammar police to come up after us.
Well,
the plural of Buffalo.
Well, you got mice,
deers,
you know, so I've always thought if you have a mouse and a mice, and then you should have a moose and a meese, but they don't ask me.
Well,
wearing number 55.
They don't ask me either, Jess.
Wearing number 62.
All right, well, we're getting set for the national anthem. Trojans still haven't taken the field.
And wearing number 68.
I don't see them coming out of any locker rooms from here in our perch.
They should be over here by the, over there by the,
but they're not there.
Snack cafe, concession stand.
Well, Trojans taking a break. We'll take our final break of the pregame show as well. As we move closer to kickoff here at Prairie View, you're watching the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show on Girard Sports Live.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed. Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
The place to be before or after the game is Heroes Barbecue. Come and experience Jim and Tammy Jarvis's family-friendly atmosphere and, of course, that mouth-watering barbecue. Heroes is the place for that great grill food you love, a kids menu, and daily specials, including those delicious ribs. Heroes is open for lunch and dinner Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and in the evenings on Fridays and Saturdays. Of course, stop by all day on Sunday. Be sure to like Heroes Barbecue and Catering on Facebook. Stop by and see them at 820 South Summit in Girard and see what all the fuss is about at Heroes Barbecue.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back out here to Prairie View High School. You see the Trojans have taken the fields, getting set for the coin toss. Out at the logo at the center of the field there. Sun is finally dipping down behind the clouds on the horizon. A beautiful sunset off to our west. It's a new turf field here at Prairie View High School. We're about 5 miles west of Lacine, Kansas. A very aptly named school. Lots of Prairie views, especially from up here on top of these bleachers. It's a nice stadium, nice press box. Great atmosphere for high school football here in Lynn County.
The Herd, are you ready for some football?
And again, we apologize for the proximity to the PA speakers.
Girard, are you really ready for some football?
I hope you're ready for some football.
Prairie View, are you ready for some more football?
Girard won the toss, Josh, and they elected to defer, so they'll be kicking off to Prairie View to start this game.
Yep, and you said a good stadium, a good PA system as well.
Very potent PA system.
And it is a metal bleachers. We will apologize now. There will be some shaky shots when the crowd gets to going and everybody walks around, but
a lot of vibration on the camera.
Trojans hoping to keep them in their seats for most of the night here tonight. Garrett Humble set to kick things off for the Trojans. Josh Goodwin. I'm looking for the other one. Back to receive for Parker Schwartz is the other return man. Goodman will get it at the 25. Fight forward across the 35, and the Trojans will bring him down. Bo Harris, amongst others, will bring him down at about the 37-yard line. And that's where Prairie View will have it to start out tonight. 1st and 10. 11:55 to play, first quarter.
Yeah, we didn't mention the wind. The wind, of course, the flag doesn't show it, but there's a pretty good breeze blowing right across the field here going from your right to,
Not a lot to block it either.
Gabe Murillo, junior quarterback, getting the start here tonight. In the backfield behind him, Parker Schwartz will get the handoff straight ahead. And Trojans will stop him after a gain of about 2, up to about the 39. Call it a second down and 8.
What a good play, our D-line. First play of the game. Attacks that offensive line and let our backers run free, and Anthony Pike right there to plug a hole.
Second and 8 now for Prairie View. They do like to run the ball a lot. Now the lone back in the backfield is Schwartz. They'll motion the fullback over. Rolling out to pass, being pursued and sacked in the backfield. Trojan defense coming up big, sacked all the way back at the, they're going to mark him at the 25-yard line as Murillo.
That was a great play by Juan Pizarro. He got off his edge lineman there that was trying to block him and got free and chased him down. Juan, one of the fastest linemen in probably in the SEK right now, able to chase down that quarterback.
That's a loss of about 15 on the play.
Well, I hope your D-backs are ready for this pass.
And looking at the game tape, Murillo has thrown a lot of them up for grabs this year, and he's been fortunate to have as many completions as he has. He'll do the quick pitch out, and nothing going there. Drop for no loss is Parker Schwartz.
And that's a great play by Alex Kester. He gets off his block. Looked like they went with a little option play, and it did not work. Alex able to wrangle that man down. Takes him down by his arm.
And now Kester will drop back to receive the punt. Garrett Culler, the senior, to kick it away for Prairie View. So 3 and out for the Buffaloes to start the game. Snap is good. Low end over end kick. He's going to hop right in front of Kester. He'll play it on a friendly, lazy hop. Cross midfield, cross 45, lowers his shoulder, and he'll be into Buffalo territory at about the 41-yard line, where the Trojans will take over. 1st and 10, 9:57 on the clock here in the first quarter.
Very quickly taking control of field position. All set up by the sack by Juan Pizarro. It was more like a group sack almost. Had Kotzman even back there chasing the quarterback down.
Kester will line up in the backfield behind Nigaman. 3 wide receivers in this set. Kester's going to get the handoff off tackle, lowers his head right to the chest of the linebacker, across the 40 down to the 36-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 on first down for Kester. So Trojans looking at a second down and 5. Only 1 wide receiver in this set. Put a man in motion and pitch it to the outside. Gets the corner across the 30, 25, cuts back down to about the 21-yard line. That was Jaden Norris, his first carry of the ball game.
Filling in for Ethan Davidson, who I believe they called it a concussion last week, is what he received. He is cleared, however, but they're deciding not to play in this game. So a good job by Jaden Norris to fill in, and has a good run there to start off with. You're doing the math right now.
Yeah, we're adding it up.
So it was 41, 37 to the
16 yards.
16 yards. Thank you. Run out of fingers there, Josh.
First and 10 now for the Trojans at the 21. 3 wide this time. Snaps. His handoff's going to go straight ahead to Kester. Inside the 20 to about the, inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. Another 5-yard, give it a 6-yard gain for Kester on first down. So if you're the Trojans and you're going to pick up 5 plus a carry, you think they pass it all tonight?
Maybe not.
Why would they?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Just to keep it fresh, maybe.
Just for the YouTube viewers, right? That one's stacked up on the inside. As Prairie View's defense kind of stayed in their lanes that time.
Cowbells are ringing.
Yep. I don't think Mr. Swords would be happy with the artificial noisemakers.
That little movement on the line for the Trojans, that's going to back them up.
I think they're calling it on. Yep, they're on Prairie View.
Oh, they called that on Prairie View. Must have been like a neutral zone infraction or something. I didn't see it.
The whole D line jumped across. Good hard count. Trojan special.
I don't know.
That's that high school blow it dead while
Yep.
they're in the neutral zone rule. Gets me every time.
No free play
No-
for the
no
high
free play.
schoolers.
Pitch is going to go to the outside. And Norris going to get in the end zone for the Trojan touchdown. A gain of 8 yards on the touchdown scamper for Norris, and the Trojans lead it 6-0.
Well, even though Ethan Davidson's clear, Girard Trojan's able to fill in for him. Already a touchdown for Norris.
Garrett Humble on to attempt the point after. And the kick is up and good. Trojans lead it 7-0. Just over 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Trojans strike on their first drive, an 8-yard touchdown run by Jaden Norris to take an early 7-0 lead over the Prairie View Buffaloes. Garrett Humble set to kick this one away. Kick's going to be fielded by Parker Schwartz, and he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And that's where Prairie View will start the drive. First and 10 here with just over 7 minutes left on the clock in the first quarter. Jess, how about that scoring drive for the Trojans?
Yeah, Trojans went on just a 5-play drive that Prairie View did commit one penalty to give them a first down, but they took only 3 minutes off the clock in 5 plays to go 41 yards.
All of those running plays.
Everyone running. Garrett Humble nails the extra point. Trojans lead 7-0.
Gabe Murillo under center. Schwartz in the backfield behind him. And it's a quarterback keeper. And he's going to pick up nothing.
A whole pile of Trojans right there. Shireman off the edge. Norris cutting through the linebacker spot. Big Kotzman just taking on a triple team. With just perfect team defense right there.
Yeah, it looked like they went for an option play and didn't even get off to pitch it. Adam Shireman was right there for it.
Yeah, Murillo kind of saw nothing was there and tried to make what he could out of it. Now they come out in the I formation. Handoff's going to go to Schwartz, trying to get behind a blocker, and does. He has some room on the outside. Now it's a foot race. He's going to be chased down from behind. Nice play defensively by Joel Jubber to catch up with him. That's a touchdown-saving tackle by Jubber. His helmet came off in the process, so he's going to have to come off the field. They blocked that one up real nice.
About 45 yards, Josh. They sealed Kester off the edge really good, and he running back, cuts it upfield, foot race.
Gives them Buffalo's first and 10, Trojan territory, first time tonight at the 33-yard line. Murillo in the shotgun. He's going to keep it himself. Tries to get around the corner on the far side. And a fair amount of holding, no flags. And he's brought down after a gain of about 4. There's like holding by committee out there.
Tackle by number 40, Scott Moore to the Trojans.
Picks up 4 yards there on first down, and that's the first
29-yard line.
Positive yardage for Jubber tonight. Or I'm sorry, for Murillo tonight. Murillo back to pass, rolling far side. There's some flags finally. Pass is complete, but it could be all for naught. Man, he throws into traffic, doesn't he?
Yeah. They had a big holding play right there before he threw the ball, and then I don't know if the second flag was all at the same time or they lit that quarterback up too right after he released the ball.
Yep, it's holding, and that's going to back up Prairie View and set up a third down and long. And like I said, he'll throw it up for grabs. He certainly did right there. There's a lot of traffic.
Yeah, it looked like Anthony Pike laid the quarterback out and cut him in half after he threw the ball.
You just want them to feel your presence, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
Second and 16 now for the Buffalo as they come back out in that I formation. Worked well for him on the big running play by Schwartz, and he's going to get it again off tackle, same deal. And Alex Kester there this time to make the tackle. And, man, helmets are popping off for the Trojans. They might need to tighten down some chin straps.
Yeah, Pike shot the gap there from the linebacker position, did a good job to slow him down and let the Trojan defense catch up.
Gain of 3 for Schwartz. He's got 3 carries, 50 yards.
Good average there.
And all of that coming on one play, pretty much.
Yeah, and the difference from that play to that play is Alex didn't get sealed off on that side. He was able to get off his block and make the tackle.
Amarillo in the shotgun again. In the backfield with him. It's McGuire here. He's going to get sacked again. The Trojans with another big sack on third down. And it's going to bring up another punting situation for Prairie View, but at least they're not punting from deep in their own territory. So they might be able to flip some field position here on the Trojans as Kester is going to be standing back in the shadow of his own end zone to field this one.
And I'd like to say that was Justin Ferguson. He came in for Pike on that play because Pike had to go out because his helmet came off, and Justin Ferguson came in at the linebacker spot, got himself a sack.
Peyton Doty to punt it away. An end-over-end punt. Kester has it far side at the 20-yard line. Cross 25, cross 30, 35, 40. Down the sideline and finally nudged out of bounds at the Trojan 44-yard line. So much for flipping field position. As the Trojans will take over. Really good field position. They're going to mark him, I believe, at the 45.
Stepped out of bounds right there at the 45. He had the sideline open with one Prairie View defender to make miss, and hats off to Prairie View right there to force Kester out of bounds.
Nickman brings the play into the huddle. 3:20 to play first quarter. Trojans trying to add to a 7-0 lead here on the road at Prairie View. Handoff straight up the gut. Good stick, but not before Adam Shireman picks up some good yards there on first down.
Yeah,
Looks like he got about 5.
Yeah, we'll take 5 yards anytime they want to give it on first down.
Second 5 from the 50-yard line.
Nickman keeps it himself, makes a couple of people miss in the backfield, then pitches it late. And they're going to call it an incomplete pass.
A forward pass.
Yeah, he pitched it forward.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah. Bring up a third down and 5 here for the Trojans at midfield.
Wide open playbook, Josh, on 3rd and 5.
Kind of put a man in motion to get an idea what the defense is doing. Then they call in the final play from the sideline. Now here's the snap. Back to pass. Throwing over the top. Has a man. Caught at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Trojans. 50-yard touchdown strike from Luke Diggeman to Caleb Scales.
There's really not much else to say about that play besides beautiful. Caleb beats his man on the side, and Luke puts a perfect ball right in between the safety and the corner.
That was a beautiful ball.
And then Caleb runs away from everyone.
Trojans on top 13-0, pending Garrett Humble's extra point attempt here. Hold is good. The kick is up, and it's good. Trojans lead at 14-0. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Here you see Garrett Humble getting set to kick it away. Trojans scored on a 50-yard strike from Luke Nigaman to Caleb Scales to take a 14-0 lead here over Prairie View. And Jess, how about that scoring drive?
Yeah, it took 1 minute, faithful to one incomplete pass. But 3 plays, 2 passes, 1 run, 55 yards. Field goal good, 14-0 Trojans.
Schwartz backtracks to the 5-yard line, mishandles the kick into the end zone, and they're going to give him a touchback. Even though he touched it, it was a live ball going back into the end zone, and
That's all I got to say about
Itchy
that.
trigger finger there
Yep.
with the whistle on that one, I think, because that was a live ball. Just because it rolls in the end zone, it doesn't quit being a live ball.
It must in high school.
In high school, yeah.
Anytime it touches the end zone, I believe.
Any excuse to blow a play dead in high school.
Don't want to get these poor kids injured.
Murillo under center. Schwartz is tailback. Set up in the I formation. 2 wide receivers near side. They'll give to the fullback straight ahead. And the Trojans will stop it after a gain of 2. That was Peyton Doty on the carry. His first carry of the ball game.
And again, Anthony Pike out of that linebacker spot with Kotzman and every of the linemen taking double teams. It's just these linebackers ought to have a big night tonight.
So 2nd down and 8. Prairie will stay in the I formation. Quick pitch to the outside to Schwartz. Cuts it back inside. Makes another man miss. And thankfully, an ankle tackle there by the Trojans. But not before Schwartz picks up a first down out to, we'll call it the 35-yard line.
We had the old schoolhouse left play right there. They just brought 3 or 4 guys in motion in front of him and just ran school, but jailbreak left.
Call it a gain of 12 on the play.
And it was a good job by Anthony Pike to grab the shoestrings. That guy saved another big run.
An ankle tackle is still a tackle.
That's how I scored it.
High formation again for Prairie View. Murillo under center. Here's the snap, rolling far side. Under pressure, throws one up for grabs, and it's picked off. Trojans have it over on the far side. Bo Harris in relief duty at the cornerback spot comes up with an interception.
Yeah, great job there again. Good pressure by Trojan defense to force a little rollout, and he's rolling out to his right, throws it into traffic, and Bo just undercuts the pass. Great job.
First turnover of the ball game sets the Trojans up 1st down and 10 at the Buffalo 35-yard line. Snegeman brings in the play. We tick under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Clock will start at the snap. Snegeman gives the quick pitch to the outside. This is Harris, has the corner, makes a man miss, cuts up inside behind his blocker, and brought down from behind at about the 22-yard line. First down Trojans, call it a gain of 13 for Bo Harris. A lot of room to work out there for Bo Harris to make that decision where to cut it up. And good job of getting behind his blocker there to buy an extra 4 or 5 yards. Trojans go double tight. It's kind of a heavy set here. Kester will get the handoff up the middle, makes a man miss. Nobody touched him. A 23-yard touchdown run by Alex Kester caps off a 2-play drive, and the Trojans have a 20-0 lead.
And the way he looked down that kid at the end, he broke his ankles, and I think he wanted to throw up the peace sign, but didn't want to get a flag. Just a great move by Alex Kester.
3 carries, 34 yards, and a touchdown for Kester so far tonight. Kick is up, and it's good. Trojans lead it 21-0. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
to a senior trip.
Trojans took just 2 plays to take advantage of a Bo Harris interception. Alex Kester with a 23-yard touchdown run to cap it. Trojans have a 21-0 lead over Prairie View here in the first quarter. 19 seconds left on the clock as Humble set to kick it away. Schwartz will field it at his own 15-yard line. Had a lane, closed quickly, and Trojans smother him at about the 26-yard line. And that's where they'll take over first and 10.
Looked like Scott Moore made the initial contact for the Trojans.
Man, Trojans only took 40 seconds off the clock on that scoring drive, Josh. It's
quick strikes. You can do that when you only got to go 35 yards. I formation again for Prairie View. The handoff's going to go to Schwartz. He has some blockers in front of him. Not a bad looking back. This kid's just a sophomore. This Trojans going to bring him down, but not before he hits first down out to the 38-yard line. So a gain of 12 on the play.
That should do it for the quarter here.
So the Buffaloes will have a first and 10.
Maybe, yeah,
their own 38-yard line when we come back. 1 quarter in the books. Trojans lead it 21-0. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Prairie View has it first and 10 at their own 38-yard line to start the second quarter. Trojans lead at 21-0. Murillo bring him out under center, I formation. Handoff goes to the fullback straight ahead, and rumbling out across the 40 to the 45-yard line was Peyton Doty.
Gain of 7 on the play, brings up second 3 from the 45-yard line.
Prairie View's really sending their wide receivers, Josh. If you notice, sometimes they're all the way out to the sidelines, way outside the hash marks.
I think that's kind of like a spread them out sort of
and
tactic.
Here again, they're overloaded here to the right side. Watch this coming right at us right here.
Trojans showing blitz. Handoff's going to go to Schwartz coming near side. Has some room, but shut down near midfield. Trojan defender on that play was Aiden Damon.
He did a wonderful job right there to shed that block and get off that block and make that tackle.
Call it a gain of 4 on the play for Schwartz. Sets up a first down for Prairie View. Right at midfield. It's an important drive here for Prairie View. You don't want to let this one get out of touch, and it is in real danger of getting out of hand here early. Trojans show some blitz, and then the linebackers back off. Fullback right up the gut. Kotzman right there to shut that one down. Talk about like running into the side of a trailer house. That's what that was like.
And then probably the wind knocked all the way out of you as he pancakes you.
Yeah, the trailer house falls on you.
Play.
To give him a gain of 18 inches on the play. Set up a second down and a long 9. And Schwartz with the handoff again, able to slip through. Kotzman grabs him from behind as he goes by and brings him down after a gain of about 4 up to the Trojan 46-yard line.
And that's a good pursuit play by Kotzman. Coming off his nose tackle spot, able to make a play a couple of yards outside the line.
Sliding down the line, able to get an arm around him.
46-yard line.
Big third down here for Prairie View. They stay with that I formation. 2 wide receivers to the near side this time. Gonna pitch it out to Schwartz. Able to cut it upfield. He's close to another first down, out to about the Trojan 41. And it's going to be decision time here for Prairie View as they're looking at a 4th down and 1 now. I think they're probably going to go for it. Offense is still out on the field.
Yeah, I'd say 21 points down, the right side of the field, yard to go. They've actually moved the ball pretty well on this drive. It's nothing fancy here, just line them up and try to get a yard and get 4 more downs.
They really like to run off of that right side of that offensive line. The Trojans drawn off that time by the hard count, and it'll be an easy first down for Prairie View.
Yep, taste their own medicine. Luke Nigman's really good at that hard count himself, and we get the other teams to do that quite often. So,
yeah, Pike was just eager to perform his A-gap blitz there that he was coming on, but
quarterback with a pretty good head nod right there too. So.
Yeah, who can blame him?
Schwartz hitting the backfield and stacked up. Trojans bring him down for a loss on the play. And they're going to just give it a loss of 1 back to the 37-yard line. Sets up a second down and 11.
And that was another A-gap blitz from Pike. Doesn't get drawn off sides this time. Hits him. He's that first person that made contact, and then Justin Ferguson able to swim through and clean it up for Pike.
Schwartz, 9 carries, 89 yards. Not a bad average. Like I said, this kid's just a sophomore. There's a snap. There's a flag on the play. They don't blow it dead. Schwartz gets the handoff. Kotzman pancakes him from behind.
I think maybe if you're the running back, you wish it would have been blown dead so that you don't get pancaked.
Kotzman maybe a little bit shaken up after that one. May have landed on his helmet. He'll head over to the sidelines to get it back together.
Must have been a penalty on Girard here. Your refs talking with the Prairie View
coach.
Or maybe explaining the call, I'm not sure. Looked like Prairie View backed up, thinking it was on them.
Yeah, but see what the call is. Maybe like a chop block or something like that.
There was a quick flag at the snap, like illegal formation.
Maybe not enough men on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
something nitpicky.
It was on the Buffaloes, so.
Yeah, it looked like that ref was talking
clerical
to the coach,
issue.
trying to coach him up, tell him what to do, make sure not to do it again.
Well, after that procedural discussion, Prairie View looking at a second down at about 16 now from the Trojan 42-yard line. Twins to the near side, I formation for Prairie View. Hike showing blitz. Now they'll back off and stopped up for a loss of 2 on the play or 1 on the play. Was the fullback, Peyton Doty.
Sub Constman out after 4 or 5 good plays that he's made and attacked down 3 or 4 yards off the ball, and so they think they're just going to attack right there where the weak spot is, and as that Combs playing nose guard there just held his ground and made a great play.
Same formation now for Prairie View, looking at a 3rd and long. Option is just destroyed, but somehow he comes out of it, but not before the Trojans catch up after a gain of about 4 on the play. Sets up a 4th down and long for Prairie View, and they're going to run the punt team in.
It looked like Juan made that play and kind of thought the quarterback was going to pitch it.
Or thought they were going to blow it dead because his forward progress had been stopped, and then he just kind of let him go.
Yeah. And that's a tough call, because if you're too rough with them, drive them to the ground, it's a 15-yard penalty.
I don't blame him for his decision.
Worked out for the Trojans. Prairie View punts this one away. Kester fields it at about the 17-yard line. He's going to go far side. He has some room to work out there. He's out on his own, 1 man to beat at the 35. Makes the punter miss, still on his feet, fighting forward, still into Buffalo territory. They're going to call him down at the midfield stripe, so we'll call it a 37-yard return, 34-yard return for Kester on that punt. Sets Trojans up 1st and 10 at midfield. 5.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Trojans leading at 21-0. Took them just 2 plays to score on their last drive. They got 15 more yards to go this time.
So just 1 more play added to it and a touchdown.
There's a flag, going to blow this one dead before it even starts.
Motion on the Trojans.
Trojan offense puts a lot of people in motion, and sometimes you get 2 of them moving at the same time. I've seen it a few times this year.
Other people like to lean forward a little bit pre-snap. It's all part of the process, but it can be, if you're just not perfect timing, there's a penalty involved.
But most of the time they are perfect timing, so very rarely you see that.
2nd and long now for the Trojans. Pitch goes out. Woo! Shireman able to haul it in. He picks up a couple yards there. That one was close to being dangerous. Brings up 2nd down and 15.
Looked like Prairie View collapsed on that side. Gave Luke very little option. Had to make the quick decision to pitch it and almost went haywire. Keyword almost.
Shireman will stay in the backfield behind Nigaman. Here's the snap. Luke back to pass. Throws this one over the top. Has a man right off his hands and incomplete. That was Scott Moore had a shot at it. And sometimes the worst place you can hit a receiver, dead in the hands.
Yeah, he hit him.
And he's still looking at his hands. What's wrong with you?
What's that movie, The Replacements, where they slap all that glue on his hands?
Yeah.
And he put some glue on them gloves.
Stick them.
Scott Moore, just a sophomore, he'll have a lot more plays like that to redeem himself over the next few years.
Now 3rd down and long for the Trojans. This is probably one of their toughest 3rd down situations tonight. And there's whistles again. And another False start against the Trojans, and Luke Nigeman's going to walk over and talk to the line judge about it. Like, what are you seeing here? They're going to mark this one off. Stops the clock with 4:37 to play first half. Trojans been bitten by the penalty bug a little bit here on this drive. Not a little bit. See somebody's starter home was driving down the road there, Jeff. Half of it anyway. Nigeman back to pass. Looking downfield. Oh, had Scales, and again off his hands. Not a bad ball that time by Nigeman as he used his eyes to draw the coverage over here to the near side, then threw back to the far side. Couldn't hook up with Scales, and now the Trojans in a punting situation. Luke back to punt it away. Schwartz back to receive for Prairie View along with Garrett Culler, senior wide receiver. Nigeman has the snap. The kick is away. End over end, kind of short punt. It's going to take a Trojan bounce. There's a flag on the play. Out inside the 20-yard line, down to the 18, pending the penalty.
Good at the Buffalo 18-yard line. We have a flag on the play.
A lot of flags here in the last few minutes of this half.
That's going to be, I think, a block in the back on the Trojans.
I think someone was holding Norris on that other
that
side over there, and he kind of wrestled him down. And
yeah,
I think they
looks
ended
like
up calling
they're
holding
walking
on
it
him.
back the other way.
Good. I see it completely wrong.
Maybe. We'll see which way this guy's going to take off with the ball here.
He's in the open field.
Yeah. Well, this crew's deliberate. I can say that. Nothing happens in a hurry, and it is against Prairie View. Good eye, Daryl.
Hey.
See, Jess, those are young people eyes.
Right.
Yeah. Sniper vision.
It's not fair. I get to look at the camera, so I get it in high definition, zoomed in.
Nothing about me is high definition. I'm pretty blurry everywhere I go.
Where are they at? The 10, 8, 9. We'll call that the 9-yard line.
Looks like the 8. Kotzman's hand was on the 9. Now they're going to blow this up again. Well, the team in black and white's really taken over this game. They got a timeout, maybe? What is this?
Yeah, looks like it.
All right, timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Welcome back out here to Prairie View High School. Under 4 minutes left to play here first half. Trojans on top, 21-0. Prairie View, victim of a holding penalty on the punt return, backs them up to their own 9-yard line. Just had to burn a timeout, get things straight on the offensive side.
It looked like the ref was talking to Kotzman, maybe telling him to back up a little bit or something.
Two wide receivers to the near side as they come out in the I formation. The handoff goes to Schwartz, hit by Kotzman in the backfield. Stacked up for a loss on the play. A gang of Trojans bring him down. They're going to give him forward progress to the 6-yard line. That's some creative officiating there.
No one laid a hand on Kotzman as he come through there. I don't know what blocking scheme says don't block the big guy in the middle, but it didn't work there. So
the one that says you're scared of the big guy in the middle.
They didn't want to block him that play.
Oh, I thought you had him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second down and 12. I formation again. Schwartz is going to get it, coming to the edge here. He has a lane. The Trojans able to drive him out, but he's going to have a first down out to the 20-yard line. Nothing fancy there. Going to get him, mark him out at the 22-yard line. Gain of 16 yards on the play for, sorry, I was doing math in my head. Gain of 16 yards on the play for Schwartz.
Yeah, they haven't been short of long plays, Prairie View. They just haven't been able to execute down to the red zone or anything. Girard standing tall, bending but not breaking.
That puts Schwartz over 100 yards already in the game. And tipped up in the backfield. The ball's loose. Scramble for it. Looks like the Trojans may have it. And they do at the 15-yard line. Pike's going to come away with it, and the officials are now going to talk over whether or not he was down by contact.
Well, the ball was rolling.
Oh, my goodness. What is there to talk about?
It was a bit. There you go.
There
it was a bad pitch.
Let's get together and make the right call. And the Trojans take over at the 16-yard line. Second turnover of the game for Prairie View. It sets Girard up inside the red zone with 2:23 to play first half. Trojans leading 21-0.
I didn't think there was any confusion in that. The ball was rolling.
Bouncing on the ground like nobody had it. Now you're going to call it down by contact. Tight formation this time for the Trojans. Kester in the backfield. Gets the handoff, off tackle, can't bring him down, runs through an arm tackle. Finally drugged down from behind at about the 2-yard line. And that's where the Trojans will have it, first and goal. Call it a gain of 14 yards for Alex Kester.
He just played a little bit of pinball coming out of the backfield. Someone breached the offensive line, but he was able to bounce off him and gain, 14 yards? That's a good run.
That's what I'm calling it. Took over just outside the 15.
I'm going to call it 12.
Let's call
24,
it 12.
24 to the 2.
I'll go with you, Jess. And look, the Trojans are in the end zone. You look down at the stat sheet and they score.
Yep. Alex Kester from 2 yards out.
Yep.
2 touchdowns on the night for Kester. 5 carries. I have him for 48 yards unofficially, 2 touchdowns. And Garrett Humble on to attempt the point after. The hold is down, the kick is up. And Humble's 4 for 4 on the night. Trojans lead it 28-0. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Well, Trojans take advantage of the turnover on the fumble. A 2-yard touchdown run by Alex Kester. Let's get that drive summary from you, Jess. This shouldn't take too long.
Nope, but a 40-second drive, 2 plays, touchdown. Garrett Humble drills the PAT for a 28-0 Girard Trojan lead.
I think your recap might have taken longer than the actual drive. Humble set to kick this one away. That's fielded by McGuire, and he'll get it out to about the 29-yard line. And that's where Prairie View will have it to take over here, 1st and 10. A minute 34 left on the clock here in the first half, and other than one big run play, Prairie View's offense hasn't looked real potent here in the first half.
No, they did go a couple drives ago. They went on a 10-play drive there. They just couldn't, a bunch of little plays, just couldn't get it anywhere once they got across midfield.
They'll stick with the I formation. Twins out real close to the sideline here on the near side. Handoff in the backfield, smothered up and dropped for a loss. That's
Pizarro.
McGuire. Pizarro in there on the tackle.
Great job by Pizarro. Gets off the left side tackle here and gets in the backfield. Tackles for a loss.
I'll call it a loss of 4 on the play. I'm surprised they didn't give him forward progress up to the 29, but
Josh.
Well, you know, just if the past is any indicator of the future, you know. McGuire again cuts up inside, finds a little crease, and that's not a bad run. He's gonna have about 7 yards on that carry, up to the Trojan 40 or the Prairie View 34-yard line.
Yeah, he fielded that kick, and I thought he ran it real hard there, and then that carry, he was just hard to bring down. Kid running with a lot of power.
McGuire's getting most of the tailback duties here on this drive. And they draw Kotzman and a couple of the Trojans offside, the hard count. And that's an easy 5 yards for Prairie View there, and it sets up a 3rd down and about a yard.
Oh, Drake knows he messed up there. He's made a lot of good plays tonight. Drake Kotzman's been really strong over that nose guard position.
I think he'll make up for it here.
3rd down and short. I formation here for Prairie View. Back to pass. Gonna lob this one up for grabs. Oh, and Aiden Damon comes up with an over-the-shoulder grab. And they're gonna say he was out of bounds on the catch.
1 foot in high school. 1 foot, right?
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. And no replay, unfortunately, so an incomplete pass, and that's going to do it for the first half. Trojans lead it 28-0 as the teams head to the locker rooms. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the GN Bank Halftime Show. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Whether you're suffering from the latest bug going around or have a chronic illness that needs regular monitoring by a physician, Girard Medical Center clinics offer quality care for your family close to home. 5 clinics are available throughout Crawford, Cherokee, and Bourbon counties, including Girard, Arma, Frontenac, Cherokee, and Uniontown. Our express care is also available Saturdays, Sundays, and most holidays for the unexpected illnesses that arise. Girard Medical Center clinics and express care, caring for our communities one patient at a time.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed. Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
Welcome back out here to Prairie View High School. You see the Prairie View Pride of the Buffalo Marching Band entertaining the crowd here at halftime. We do want to let you know that our halftime show is brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and professional way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. Well, Trojans comfortably in the driver's seat in this one here tonight, leading at 28-0 over the Prairie View Buffaloes. Buffaloes, right. Trojans scored on their first possession. I think they've only punted the ball once here in the first half and taken advantage of a couple of Prairie View turnovers and picked up right where they left off last week against Frontenac.
Yeah, Josh, you know, we always talk about ball control and time of possession matters. Well, here's a game. I'm going to give you a couple stats here. Girard's only had the ball for 7 minutes, and they've only ran 16 plays, but they've scored 28 points. For Prairie View's offense, they've held the ball for 17 minutes. They've ran 28 plays, but have yet to score a point. Stats.
Stats are a funny thing, aren't they? Well, that Eye on the Game is brought to you by Kennar Eye Care. As we take a look back at the first half, Kennar Eye Care makes sure you can see what you're looking at. Kennar Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard, is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at KennarEyeCare.com. And a pretty lopsided first half here in favor of the Trojans. We had some suspicions that this is the way this one was going to go coming into it tonight. We knew Prairie View graduated a lot of seniors last year, much like Frontenac did.
Yep.
And they're kind of in a rebuild this season. The Trojans able to take advantage of some offensive mistakes and just some youth out there for Prairie View. You can put sophomores out there. Very rarely are they going to be as physical and as decisive as a senior. And so the Trojans really able to take advantage of that across a lot of positions out there on the field.
Right, and Prairie View's shown some looks. They've busted 2 or 3 big plays. They've made some good blocks on the ends. Prairie View's not far off. I'll tell you that right now. A couple more years, these sophomores become seniors, and look out.
They got a couple nice-looking players for sure out there. Taking a look around the area in this district, Anderson County in the second quarter trailing Baldwin 21-7. In the second quarter, Pittsburgh High and Paola tied at 7. So we're looking for some scores from around the area tonight. Again, if you want some Western Kansas scores, I got those for you. Anybody interested in the Augusta score tonight? Got that one for you. Andover Central leading Goddard 14-6 from way out west. That's one to keep an eye on, though. And in a shocker, Colgan leads Northeast 48-0 in the second quarter.
What? Wow.
I know. Stop the press, right?
Upset of the century. Only 48?
running clock probably there.
Yeah. Be a quick night for the Panthers.
Make the long road trip up to Arma.
Oh, yeah.
Take on Northeast tonight. I envy those road trips, you know, like schools that very rarely leave the county. You know, that's nice.
We're spoiled in this part of this country. I really tell you. I spent 3 days in meetings and talked to a lot of different people from all over the state. A 4-hour road trip for some of those Western Kansas schools is just pretty common.
Yeah. Yeah, Pittsburgh Paola tied at 7 in the second quarter. Just not a lot of scores being posted yet here tonight.
They love Western Kansas Max Preps.
Got it. Got all the Western Kansas action. Our score's on there, though.
Hey.
Somebody from Girard's doing their job. We're up 28-0. Yep, I mean, Lewisburg leads Eudora 14-7. That's closer, right? It's close to where we are now, anyway.
Yeah.
But not many scores coming out of Southeast Kansas. Wamego, number 17 in the state, leads Field Kinley 17-0. That's Coffeyville, for those of you who don't know. Yep, that's about it, though, as far as scores from around the area. We'll step away for another break, and we'll be back as we move closer to second half kickoff. Trojans lead it 28-0 at the break. You're watching the GN Bank Halftime Show on Girard Sports Live.
The place to be before or after the game is Heroes Barbecue. Come and experience Jim and Tammy Jarvis's family-friendly atmosphere and, of course, that mouth-watering barbecue. Heroes is the place for that great grill food you love, a kids menu, and daily specials, including those delicious ribs. Heroes is open for lunch and dinner Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and in the evenings on Fridays and Saturdays. Of course, stop by all day on Sunday. Be sure to like Heroes Barbecue and Catering on Facebook. Stop by and see them at 820 South Summit in Girard and see what all the fuss is about at Heroes Barbecue.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Welcome back out to Prairie View High School. About 3 minutes left here at halftime. At the break, the Trojans lead it 28-0 over the Prairie View Buffaloes. Trojans trying to go to 5-0 on the season. They will travel next week up to Allen County to take on Iola. We'll have that one for you here on Girard Sports Live. Trojans have a couple players out tonight due to injuries, missing Ethan Davidson, although he was cleared to play. Still going to give it a week, and if you were going to give it a week, this would be a good one to give it. And Ethan Brooks out with a little bit of a shoulder bruise. And so Trojans resting a couple of guys this week, but it hasn't made much of a difference here in the first half as the defense has forced 2 turnovers. Trojans have only been forced to punt 1 time in the first half. And even though they are losing the time of possession battle, they are more than winning on the scoreboard as they lead at 28-0 here at the break. We'll step away for our final break of the GN Bank halftime show, and we'll be back with the second half kickoff here from Prairie View High School, Lynn County, Kansas. You're watching the Trojans and the Buffaloes on Girard Sports Live.
The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student-athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Welcome back to the outskirts of Lacine, Kansas. Prairie View High School. At the half, Trojans leading at 28-0 as we're getting set for the second half kickoff. Both teams back out on the field, shaking off the cobwebs from halftime.
Hey, I'm being told right now by my golf coach, Rob Massa, that Frontenac's leading Columbus 19-0 at half.
Right on. Raiders bouncing back from that loss last week to the Trojans. Over the past, Trojans haven't given up any points for the past 6 quarters of football.
Hey. That's a good stat that the defense like to keep.
Got Galena up 28-7 over Baxter Springs. Parsons up 21-7 over Riverton, middle of second quarter. So the rich get richer. Across both of those districts tonight, districts 1 and 2, Class 3A.
Thought Baxter Springs could pull it off, but not quite.
You're the only one who thought Baxter Springs could pull it off.
I want to believe.
You're all alone, Daryl.
I want to believe. I want to believe in the Baxter Lions.
Yeah.
A guy can dream.
Yeah. No. I'm not going to knock you for it. See how long the Trojans keep their starters out on the field here in the second half. I don't know about you guys, but I'm rooting for the running clock. We'll see if that happens.
Don't know if the Prairie View crowd is. Sounds like they're ready for some football.
All right.
This might be the coldest 63 degrees I've ever stood in.
Jess, I got a windbreaker.
Right.
I got a stocking cap.
Right.
I've got stuff for you, bud.
I went in there and talked to Coach Nigeman at halftime and robbed him of one of his sweatshirts.
After that Holden game last year, I bring every stitch of clothing I own with me.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't mention cold, huh?
And I turned my mic down during the breaks, too. Although everybody thinks that was you. So
I know. I still get accused of that.
I'm comfortable with that.
I just grew. I have big shoulders. I take your weight on my shoulders, Josh.
Well, I appreciate that, Jess. You got some big shoulders in that case. This second half kickoff is brought to you by Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple and Girard. Stop by Larrett Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying and get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece or maybe even classes from Larrett Ceramics. Call 620-724-8442. A lot of things happen before the game, and I always miss them. But they are the only live read coming out of second half. You know, it's a featured position for them.
That's right.
It's a special position.
Spotlight.
Well, that was
showcase.
Levi Blair right there fielding that short kickoff, able to get a couple more yards out of it.
Heads up play by the sophomore.
Trojans take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line, and Kester off to the races again, out across the 45, across midfield to the 47, and a late penalty flag coming in from the referee on the backside of that play. We'll see if it's coming back. Usually when a flag comes in from behind, it's on the offense, and this one is, and it'll back the Trojans up. A good run by Kester, negated by what it looks like a holding penalty.
Yeah, I didn't see the penalty. I was watching the run. It was behind the play, so it's just Trojans trying to do a little extra to keep him free.
Yeah, the flag was thrown about 15 yards behind where the play happened, but it could have been the perfect angle to see the hold.
I'll assume it was.
Brings up 1st down and 9, 2nd down and 9 maybe for the Trojans. And again, straight ahead goes Kester, and he's out to midfield again. And they're going to mark him down just inside Trojan territory at the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of 14. What do you think, Jess?
Oh, good. I was just watching Justin Ferguson, one of the offensive linemen for Girard, still pancaking a guy at midfield 15 yards down.
Justin never quits.
Yeah, big motor.
6 carries, 62 yards, and a pair of touchdowns for Alex Kester. 1st and 10 for the Trojans from their own 49. Nigeman keeps it himself, fights through a tackle, leans forward, and he's going to have about 6 yards on the carry up to the Buffalo 46-yard line. And that's Luke's first official carry of the night.
Yeah, if Luke falls forward, he's going to get 3 yards every time.
Are you saying he's 9 feet tall?
Well, I'm saying that, yeah, with his arm reaching forward is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
My math was off, wasn't it, Josh?
I was like, basketball season's going to be awesome. We got a 9-footer. Somebody tell Coach Westcott. Quick pitch to the outside. And Shireman able to get forward to about the 37-yard line. We'll call it. Oh, Jaden Norris able to get ahead to the 47-yard line and bring up a first down for the Trojans. Call it a gain of 13 on the play.
You know, I have a lot of respect for Coach Philpott not being afraid to still go to that play, even though his star at that position, Ethan Davidson's out, fully trusting Norris to come in and take that position over.
Yeah. Case of next man up.
Right, and Jade's done a great job filling that position.
First and 10 for the Trojans from the 37. Little misdirection in the backfield. Kester again with the handoff off tackle. And I don't think about half of the guys in black jerseys out there knew who had the ball. And call it a gain of 12 that time for Kester.
Yeah, and Alex doing a great job of carrying that ball through traffic with two hands. It's one thing I hate to give the broadcaster jinx right here, but it's one thing we haven't seen a lot of is mishandling of the football. Trojans haven't turned it over much at all this year.
I knock on wood, but they're
nothing up here in the metal bleachers.
I know. So when it happens, everybody can TP my house. I live at 702 something Carbon.
Now the toilet paper is no longer valuable. Norris again cut down. Good defensive play by Stevie McGuire to bring him down after a gain of about 2.
Looked like they went with that same exact play, the motion coming across. This time they elected to hand it off to Norris. And he looked a little bit frustrated with the end of that run. I think he could have made that last guy miss, but he made a good tackle on him.
Three wide this time for the Trojans. Second down and 8. Nigaman back to pass, throwing over the top, has a man. It scales at the 1, backs into the end zone, touchdown Trojans. Another touchdown pass from Luke Nigaman, 23 yards.
Brought a pretty ball, Josh. Split the coverage again, like between the free safety and the cornerback, just floated it right in there where only Caleb could make the play.
Just dropped it in a barrel.
And a good job by Caleb to go up and make that catch, too.
Low snap, handled, and the kick is up and good. And you can credit that one to Luke Nigaman, the holder, as the Trojans take a 35-0 lead. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Trojans lead at 35-0 after a 22-yard touchdown strike from Luke Nigaman to Caleb Scales. Trojans had a few big carries by Alex Kester to set up that touchdown pass. Kickoff mishandled a little bit by McGuire, but he's able to get it out to the 33-yard line. And that's where Prairie will have it on their to begin the drive, 1st and 10. Just under 8 minutes to play here, third quarter. Haven't gone to a rolling clock. Jess, let's get the scoring drive.
Yeah, Trojans actually was able to keep the ball 4 minutes on that opening kickoff there and go 7 plays.
A veritable eternity.
Right. 7 plays to punch it in. Field goal's good. It's 35-0 Trojans.
Prairie come out in the I formation. McGuire with it here. He makes a good cut upfield. Brought down from behind near midfield at about the 49-yard line. Best looking carry of the night for McGuire. And Schwartz had over 100 yards in the first half. We haven't seen him carry the ball here in the second half. He's standing on the sidelines and haven't seen him in the game here so far in the third quarter.
Split duties maybe. McGuire's running the ball extremely hard. Good-looking kid coming out of the backfield.
And if I remember correctly, I think late in that second quarter, Schwartz took a hit on the sideline nearest to us, maybe. I don't think he's been in since it.
Stay with the I formation with McGuire in the tailback spot. Behind Murillo. Barely gets the pitch away to McGuire, and then he fights forward. Man, he's running strong. About 4 Trojans went for a ride with him there at the end of that run, and it'll bring up a third down and about, call it 4.
Yeah, I talk about halftime adjustments all the time. These Prairie View linemen right here, boy, they've really went to like what we're going to call a cut block. They're just coming out on all fours and taking the 3 D linemen at their knees. We'll see how Trojans respond.
Too wide here to the near side, way by the sideline again. And there's Schwartz as Kotzman drags him down in the backfield. Ball comes loose. They're going to say he was down by contact. Kotzman slung him to the ground like a rag doll. And it's a loss of about 4 on the play.
Yeah, they're, of course, as soon as I mentioned something about the Prairie View offensive line, they come firing off the ball that time and try to take a man-on-man, and Kotzman made him pay for it.
Yeah, I'm sure Schwartz would have liked them to have done something different there. As he's back in the game, all we had to do was say we hadn't seen him, and here he is. Dot in the eye. Gets this one, runs right into another wall of Trojans, and no gain on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th down and about 8 for Prairie View at midfield. And we'll see. Doesn't look like they're going to bring the punting unit on. They're going to keep the offense out there. And now here they come. Kester back to receive the punt. Peyton Doty set to kick it away. Kester stands at his own, moving forward now to about the 18-yard line. This one's a boomer of a punt from Doty, and it's going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. And the Trojans will take over at their own 20-yard line. 5:12 to play, third quarter. Girard leading it 35-0 here on the road at Prairie View. A couple years ago, Trojans lost by 1 to Prairie View. Then last year, I believe they won it by a couple touchdowns. I can't recall the final score of that game. This year, running away with it here. 35-0 here in the third quarter. First and 10, Trojans, their own 20. Quick pitch is going to go to the outside to Bo Harris. Makes a man miss in the backfield. Shakes and bakes. Now rounds the corner. Has a first down. Across the 30 out to the 33-yard line. A gain of, let's see where they mark him down. A gain of 13-14 for Bo Harris on the play.
Yeah, we've talked about Bo Harris's improvements from last year to this year. That's just another example there of not stretching that to the sideline. When he got there, he just planted a foot, cut it upfield, made a couple guys miss, and 14 yards later, it's a first down.
First and 10, Trojans at the 34. Shireman, I believe, gets the handoff straight up the gut. And he'll be brought down after a gain of a couple.
Well, I don't think you do anything different here. I think you just keep running the ball, try and get out of here.
And the clock.
And the clock. Maybe get a running clock, maybe.
As long as you keep running it, it'll keep running itself.
Yep. Not sure. I mean, the coaches at Prairie View will have to okay that running clock, and they may not have that in mind as Shireman breaks loose. Can he stay on his feet? No! Falls down at the 39-yard line. Gain of 23 yards for Shireman.
Oh, Adams just rumbling and bumbling through there. Just what a great carry.
Made a man miss, too. Showed off the footwork.
Trojans back in Buffalo territory. The 38. Yeah, Shireman just kind of gets. I don't think he expected to have that much open real estate.
No.
And then his
big eyes.
Yeah, his feet couldn't keep up with his eyes. I have that problem with my stomach at a buffet, but penalty flag on this one. Shireman again battling forward. Had a nice gain there, but I believe it's coming back.
2 guys in motion at one time. Both wing backs are going in motion. That'll get you 5 yards backwards every time.
There's so much precision that goes into the Phil Pop playbook, so.
1st and 15 now for the Trojans.
Can't ever blame them.
At the Buffalo 43-yard line. So we tick under 3 minutes to play, third quarter. Might see that time of possession for the Trojans shift a little bit here in the second half as they try to control the tempo of this game. Handoff goes to the wing back, going around the end is Norris, and he's brought down at about the 37-yard line. Got the penalty yardage back plus a couple, bring up a second down at about 8.
Yeah, Jaden Norris first man through on that motion play, and they give it to him, and he's got the corner right there. Nice run by Jaden.
A couple of good blocks on the outside, too. It's hard for those linemen to get out there sometimes and chase down those cornerbacks, but they're doing a good job tonight. We don't exactly have a slow line either, though.
Under 2 minutes now as Trojans look at a second down and 9. Handoff goes to Bo Harris, and to Norris, and he's brought down for a loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah,
so brings up a third down and 10 for the Trojans.
Absolutely nowhere to go on that pitch play. Prairie View, the Prairie View defensive end and outside linebacker read that perfect and got off their blocks and ate that play up.
Well, if the Trojans don't convert this, they can get it down well under a minute here in this quarter before they have to punt it away. Nigaman back to pass, looks over the middle, has a man right off the hands of Scales.
That was Davin over there.
Sorry, that was Damon. And just missed Aiden over the middle. Again, hit him in the hands.
Yep.
His Trojan receivers have dropped a few guaranteed first downs. Aiden might still be running if he hold that one in. And it brings up a 4th down and 10 for Girard. And the offense is staying out on the field here, Jess. 4 down territory.
Woo!
First time we've said it tonight.
First time we've had to, I think.
Luke back to pass. Rolling near side. Avoids the pressure. Now tucks it. Has the first down across the 15. And twisted and brought down at about the 21-yard line, a gain of, call it 15 for Luke Nigaman. See what the official word is. I say 15.
Yeah, Luke, the pressure from Prairie View come, and Luke was able to split the 2 defenders, and when he looked up to find the receiver, there was no black jerseys in front of him, so he just takes off for a first down.
Gives a little pump fake and off to the races.
Good decision that time by Nigaman, extends the drive, and now the Trojans have it first down and 10 at the 21. And a good run, breaks to the outside and over the line into the end zone, touchdown, Trojans. Great run and play that time by Shireman. And the Trojans lead at 41-0.
What a stiff arm. I hope everybody got to see that at home. Adam just stuck that big right arm out and flat back the Buffalo defender and strolled on into the end zone.
And when one of your backup running backs can have a rush like that for a touchdown.
He'd be the starting running back on a lot of teams in this area. And there's the first miss of the night by Garrett Humble. But it comes with the Trojans leading at 41-0. So nobody's going to shed too many tears over that. Trojans leading it big. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Well, Trojans lead at 41-0 off of a 22-yard touchdown run by Adam Shireman. How about that drive summary, Jess?
Yeah, Trojans go 80 yards in 8 plays. Took 5 minutes off the clock to take this 41-0 lead.
That's just a grinding, soul-crushing drive. As McGuire fielded the kick, he's going to be brought down at about the Buffalo 30-yard line. That's where they'll take over first down and 10. And that's going to be it for the third quarter. Trojans in the driver's seat for the second week in a row. They lead at 41-0. We'll step away for a quick break. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Prairie View has it first and 10 at their own 30, coming out of the break. Schwartz with it and brought down at the 30-yard line. I was telling you guys earlier that he's a good-looking player for a sophomore, and then I double-checked the roster, and he's a freshman. So he's a real good-looking player, like a blue-chip freshman. And these guys are going to be good for a few years here coming down the road with players like McGuire and Schwartz, just a sophomore and a freshman, respectively. So future's bright for Prairie View. They're just in a bit of a rebuild this year. Trojans taking advantage of it as they lead here 41-0 at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Buffalo's quick to the line. Been operating all night out of this I formation. Now they got Twins way out to the far side. And Murillo tries to keep it himself. And he's brought down for a loss on the play. They're going to give him forward progress up to the 30-yard line, even though it's clearly a loss.
Well, maybe some of these referees work at the coal plant want to keep their jobs, so.
That's a bold speculation. Certainly generous with the forward progress. Brings up third down and 10. There's a pitch to Schwartz on the outside, looking for the corner, trying to find a cutback lane, and the Trojans string it out and shut it down after a gain of about 5. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 5 here for Prairie View, and man, it looks like the punt unit coming out.
And I can't see that far. That's either Caleb Scales or Aiden Damon over there has contained, and he just broke down and made that Prairie View defender cut it back inside to the Trojan defense, is able to stop that 4th down play. If he gets around that corner, that play goes a long ways.
Kester back to receive the punt. High, wild snap, able to handle it and get it away is Doty, and it angles out of bounds just about maybe a 28-yard punt that time, 27 as they keep walking it back. And the Trojans will have it 1st down and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
And the clock's running, Josh, so they did go to a running clock.
Kester tried to stay in the huddle. They're like, no, dude. Get over here. He's standing on the sideline, chomping at the bit.
Showing some innuendos of boosting his stat line tonight.
Yep. And I think we're going to see some reserves in the ball game now for the Trojans.
Have they spotted the ball?
No, they called a penalty on
the Trojans.
Girard. This just helps the running clock, though, so whatever.
Yeah, I mean, talk about it for a little bit longer.
No, they're going to give Prairie View the ball back.
What? Personal foul. Touching the face? What's that?
Targeting, maybe. I don't know.
That would be the only thing I could speculate is a targeting call or...
On a punt that went out of bounds.
I mean, to give the ball back to Prairie View.
Well,
is that what's happening here?
I think they called it on Kotzman because he looks to be a little frustrated with the call.
Yeah. How do you get a 300-pound guy for targeting?
And a 6'5", 300-pound guy at that.
Well, I just screwed my stat sheet all up. I can just tell you that. Wow. I can fix it.
You got it.
Now they come out in the shotgun. Murillo back there with McGuire. He's going to run option to the near side, speed option, and the Trojans wrap him up and drop him after a gain of about 3 on the play up to the Girard 49-yard line, or I'm sorry, 44-yard line.
Well, I think the crowd's starting to thin out here. Certainly not as ready for Friday Night Football as they were at the start.
Well, we'll be here to the bitter end.
Yay.
Bitter.
4 wide receivers, shotgun. They put Schwartz in motion. Now he's going to try to cut back, and he's dropped for a loss on the play. Probably give him forward progress up to the 40. But we'll see.
We're going to call that a pass. That was a shovel pass. That was a forward pass to the running back.
Pass complete for a loss of 1. And sets up a 3rd down and 9 for Prairie View. On tape, Schwartz has thrown a couple of halfback passes. It's always going to be an option. That might have been, that would have been 2 forward passes on the same play, though, so that's probably not what they were doing there.
Also, good job by Juan. Schwartz had already gotten past him, and he broke off and was able to cut him off.
It was like Schwartz stopped.
Yeah.
And all the pursuit got up to him. I formation this time. Handoff going to go to McGuire, running hard.
Number 50, Anthony White.
And it brings up a 4th down. And do I believe the dial it down here? Is this 4th down?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's 4th down.
4th down and 6.
That seemed awful quick.
Yeah, that
on my on my new line on my stat sheet, they ran, pass, and ran. So
okay.
Now they're going
I
for it.
blacked out for a minute. Oh, Kotzman gets caught jumping. It's going to set up a 4th down and short. 2nd time tonight. Trojans going to run some new players on the field. Kotzman will head to the Trojan sideline.
Looks like Zach Benzo going to replace Kotzman at the nose tackle place, and I didn't catch who else ran on.
I think Scott Moore came in for Alex.
Yeah.
And also Cordell Saran looks like he's on this side for Adam Shireman.
Prairie View hustles up to the line. What do you think? Straight ahead with the fullback? Yep, there it is. And Doty carries forward.
Tackled by number 19, James Moore. In the 4, play was good for a Prairie View.
And he's going to have enough for a first down up to the 34-yard line.
Left first and 10 for the Buffaloes on the 34-yard line.
And again, nope, they're going to run option far side. I thought they gave it to the quarterback. Murillo's gets through the Trojan defense and into the end zone, and the shutout is over. Well, Trojans have been pitching a shutout for the better part of 8 quarters, but Murillo able to break through on that option keeper.
I don't think anybody will blame the Trojan defense. A couple of reserves coming in for that.
Trojans lead at 41-6, pending the 2-point conversion attempt. Looks like what's going to happen here.
The fans are getting rowdy again.
More cowbell. Murillo back to pass, throws, and has a man, and it's good. Trojans lead it 41-8. Prairie View strikes, but too little too late here in the 4th quarter. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Whether you're suffering from the latest bug going around or have a chronic illness that needs regular monitoring by a physician, Girard Medical Center clinics offer quality care for your family close to home. 5 clinics are available throughout Crawford, Cherokee, and Bourbon counties, including Girard, Arma, Frontenac, Cherokee, and Uniontown. Our express care is also available Saturdays, Sundays, and most holidays for the unexpected illnesses that arise. Girard Medical Center clinics and express care, caring for our communities one patient at a time.
Well, Prairie View Buffaloes find the end zone with 2:15 and counting here left in the ball game. Trojans got a lot of reserves in the game there, and we'll chalk up some of the missed assignments defensively to that. Short little grubber kick there. The Scales able to cover it for the Trojans, and they'll have it 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
This should be victory formation.
1 yard line.
Oh, yeah.
36-yard line.
Unless you want to run up the score, I think this should be victory formation for the reserves.
Well, but then, do they start burning timeouts if you do that?
Running clock.
I would hope not.
Right, running clock, they call timeout all they want. Prairie View went on an 8-minute drive right there. 8 plays, helped by a big Trojan penalty to give them that first down.
And the running clock.
That play's blown dead. Ball start against the Trojans. So we tick down under a minute to play here in this game.
Well,
nothing's going to stop that clock.
No, you got to snap it one more time.
Don't even have to snap it, really. You can just get an offside and you'll be fine. If you really
they'd
want
like to run a play here, especially a lot of these guys on the offensive side for the Trojans. They trotted out earlier and then had to head back to the sideline after that odd targeting penalty on Kotzman.
Now we got a
Still don't understand.
penalty here.
What in the...
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, if it takes them more than 18 seconds to sort it out.
They're shaking hands.
And that's going to do it for the ball game. Trojans win it 41-8 here on the road at Prairie View. They improved to 5-0 on the season. Prairie View drops to 2-3. Trojans next week are on the road at Iola to take on the Mustangs in the second week of district play, but the Trojans improve to 1-0 in the district. Prairie View falls to 0-2. And we'll step away for a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance post-game show. Trojans win it going away 41-8. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Welcome back out here to Prairie View High School. Trojans manhandle the Buffaloes 41-8 here tonight to improve to 5-0 on the season. We do want to let you know that our post-game show is brought to you by Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance. Leah has over 10 years of industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri. Let Leah and her staff find the right coverage for your personal or business needs. To learn more, call 620-670-4590. Proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. Well, guys, you know, we talked a little bit about a player of the game. We could talk about Kotzman. He was in that offensive backfield all night, just pretty much a immovable object there in the middle of that Trojan line. Luke Nigeman threw some beautiful passes tonight from the quarterback spot. Alex Kester, as always, very productive in the running back spot. We saw Bo Harris come in the in the cornerback slot as a replacement for Ethan Davidson, come up with a big interception in the first half. So, man, this is almost a squad win for the Trojans. I guess if you're going to call a player of the game, let's just give it to the entire team. They came out on the road tonight with a couple of players missing, key players missing, and came out and got a convincing win.
Yeah, and you could throw Jaden Norris's name in there, carrying the load. Great job on linebacker, running back. Like you said, my vote is let's give it to everybody with a white jersey on the other sideline.
Yeah. All right, your player of the game is brought to you by Evans Motors. The best players in the car business are Nate and Eddie at Evans Motors. Let them find the car, truck, van, or SUV that's right for you or your family. Visit them at the corner of 69 and 400 highways south of Pittsburgh, or see their online showroom at evansmotors.net. We'll step away for another break. We'll be back with some more of the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show. Trojans win it going away 41-8. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Family owned and operated, G&N Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, G&N Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. G&N Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season. Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Welcome back out here to Prairie View High School. Trojans defeat Prairie View 41-8 tonight. They improved to 5-0 on the season. Trojans head to the banks of the Neosho River up in Allen County next week to take on Iola. I mean, their stadium is literally on the banks of the Neosho River. So Iola, a team that's kind of struggled a little bit this year. Trojans certainly going to be favored in that one. And, looking at their schedule going down through the rest of districts, Anderson County getting handled tonight by Baldwin. You got to think the Trojans, Burlington's a little better this year. That'll probably be their toughest game of the regular season.
We get them at home.
Yep, indeed.
Yep.
And it's certainly a big win here tonight on the road for Girard, and they haven't been getting a lot of press as usual from the state football luminaries or know-it-alls, but hopefully this win will kind of get some attention around the state. I would have thought that handing it to Galena and then Frontenac 2 weeks in a row would have made some waves, but maybe outside of Southeast Kansas, folks will take some notice of these Trojans here tonight. Another big win, and Daryl, you and I talked about it off the air. I mean, 8 quarters of football. What was it, 78-8, 76-8?
76-8, yeah.
That's a good 8 quarters of football there for the Trojans, and And honestly, without a couple of big plays in that Galena game, we'd be talking about 12 quarters of football. And just a good stretch of 3 games here for the Trojans, a big, strong entrance into district play. And things are looking good for Girard moving forward. Things for Prairie View looking good in the future, just not this season. They got some good-looking young players, and the future will be bright for them here over the next couple of years. They got some really good-looking freshmen and sophomores on this squad who played hard tonight, but came up well short of the Trojans. Girard wins this one 41-8. We'll step away for our final break of the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance post-game show. We'll come back with some final thoughts and then cut you loose from here in Lynn County. Trojans win it big, 41-8 over the Prairie View Buffaloes. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time that the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It can't be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and digital sign sales, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You, Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Well, things winding down here at Prairie View High School. Trojans win this one 41-8 over the Prairie View Buffaloes. They improved to 5-0 on the season. Trojans on the road next week in Iola. We'll have that game for you here on Girard Sports Live. We let Coach Philpott off the hook for the post-game interview here on the road. We'll catch up with him hopefully next week in Iola. But that's going to just about do it for us here in Lynn County. For Jess Murphy and Daryl McLeod, I'm